Yeah, she can.
Folake Soetan is the CEO of Ikeja Electric PLC. She is a graduate of Banking and Finance from the University of Lagos with over 20 years of professional experience in the management of startups, sales and marketing, change management, and over 13 years in a myriad of leadership roles. Her experience spans the aviation, oil and gas and power sectors in Nigeria and Ghana, where she honed her skills in Halliburton, British Airways, Virgin Nigeria, and Sahara Group. Folake began her sales career in British Airways as a sales account manager before proceeding to Virgin Nigeria as the head of sales. She joined Sahara Group in 2009 and worked in one of its key entities, SO Aviation Nigeria, managing a turnaround project, signing up international airlines and moving the company from number 7 to number 3. Based on her success story, Folake was then tasked as the Vice President, Downstream West Africa, and was primarily responsible for 3 Ghanaian subsidiary companies. She successfully led the team that established the SO Aviation, the So Aviation and Petroleum Warehousing and Supply Limited businesses in Ghana, Mali, and Burkina Faso. Folake's experience in change management and business turnaround saw her join the management of Nigeria's largest electricity distribution company, Ikeja Electric PLC, as Chief Commercial Officer. At Ikeja Electric, Folake led a team of over 800 people tasked with developing and implementing strategies that has helped the company reduce its aggregate, technical, commercial, and collection ATC&C losses from over 40% to about 26% in 4 years, the first in the history of the Nigerian power industry. She was elevated to being the first female Chief Operating Officer at Ikeja Electric PLC, where she is responsible for developing and implementing strategies and strengthening the overall performance of the business. She has over the years garnered several certifications in various professional fields and is an alumnus of Harvard Business School, where she studied the Advanced Management Program. Folake has and continues to mentor several young men and women looking to build successful professional careers. She is on the board of Women in Energy Network and contributes widely in ensuring that the organization meets its goals. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome Folake Soetan.
Yeah, she can.
Good morning, Good morning, everyone. I'm excited to be here today, and I feel very privileged and honored to be one of the speakers who will try and inspire all of us today. But before we go ahead, I'd just like to chant us. So when I say she can do more, you will respond, yes, she can. All right, so let's start. She can do more. She can do more. She can do more. Okay, as I was chanting you guys, I was actually chanting myself. So I'm going to let you guys into a little secret. I have a fear for public speaking. I always get the nerves. But I realize that I am a woman of purpose. And there's a reason God has created me, and the reason why I have gone on the journey I have gone through. And if I don't share or speak to some of those things, then I won't impact. And one of my life's goals is to die empty. And if I'm going to die empty, everything that I know, everything that I experience, in the low times, in the good times, I must share. So I'm here, nervous, but I've showed up. I'm telling you guys this so that when my voice is shaking, just do like this for me. Just help me like this. So you know my secret now. But I showed up. So even if you're afraid, show up. Show up. So when Ezine asked me to come and speak, she said, talk about your life's journey. you know, you're so great. You're the CEO. You're blah, blah, blah. I started laughing. I said, okay. I'm great, Sha. But I really sat back and I started to think. I actually looked at my life. And I said, what is it about you, Folake? And I can't help but recognize something that has been there from the day I've been born, which is I'm a child of grace. There is a special grace upon my life. And what is grace really? Grace is undeserved favor, right? So I'm not deserving. I have a 2-2. I don't have a 2-1. I don't have a first class. I'm not the most skilled. I told you I'm nervous of speaking, but I'm standing here. I'm not an engineer, but I'm the CEO of the biggest disco in Nigeria. Don't clap, don't clap. That's not me. That's grace. Grace. Anumorigba. So if I don't say that, it will be unfair. God will be angry. You want to go and shine without me. And that's not how we deal. So God, I thank you. I've done your honor. So, now, as I reflected, I was thinking, what is the thing that is also constant in this my journey? And all of you know that if anybody is going to be successful in life, they can't do it alone. You agree, right? There is no one that has had an opportunity or has risen or is optimizing that has done it alone. And so that brings me to what I'm going to be anchoring my message on, which is a word that my old boss used to say. He says, when something is happening and where they're praising him or the board is praising him, he would just say, oh, it's not me. I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. And I used to wonder, why is he saying that? I didn't get it. But when I reflected, I realized that I have been standing on the shoulders of giants. Now, all of you know what the giant means, right? A giant is a big, humongous being, right? And you can't really bully a giant. So if you're standing on the shoulder of a giant, it means that the giant decided to bend down and pick you, right? That's the only way you can stand. Now, if that is the only thing or consistent thing that I have seen, because I've been standing on people's shoulders, the giants. So how did I get there? How did they pick me? Why did they pick me? So I'll just talk about one story of when I was growing up, when I was very young. So I grew up in a university environment. My father is a lecturer. So I'm one of those kids that grew up in Unilag, schooled in Unilag, lived in Unilag. So nursery school, primary school, everything, Unilag. My father was a lecturer. And there was a staff club where there was a fantastic pool. But in our household, they had a phobia of water. My mother, my father, anything water, I don't want to hear it. So you can't swim. But I have always loved to swim. And when I see people swim, I just dream that I can swim. So after school, we'll go to my father's office, we'll walk to my father's office, and then we just wait there and play for about 30 minutes until he finishes his classes or his lectures or whatever he's doing, and then he'll drive us home. And beside his office, about 2-3 minutes from his office, is a staff club where there's a swimming pool. And so one day I walked there, and I saw these young kids, my age, swimming. This is something I've always dreamt about. I want to swim. But how come I can't swim? So I asked my father. My father said, no way, it's a no-no. So every day after school, I would go there, and I'll stand and just be watching them swim. And I saw myself swimming. And they were teaching them. And everything they were teaching them, I would just absorb it. But I couldn't go in because I wasn't, my parents didn't pay for me. And I did that consistently every day for about 8 weeks. And one day, the coach noticed this small girl that always used to come to watch people swim. And he said, young girl, come. Why are you here? Do you want to swim? I said, yes, I want to swim. He said, tell your father. I said, my father won't pay. He said, okay. I've been watching you. Oh, yeah, join us. Oh, yeah, go and change. I said, sir, I don't have swimming costume. He said, now, wow. And then told the female coach, give her a costume. And I jumped into the pool, very excited. But he put me aside in the shallow end. That, no, you have not, you're just starting. Watch, he just told me, paddle. And then I started paddling. And I started doing some things that he was shocked. How is she able to do this? Do you know why I was able to do that? Because I've been watching those kids. So he just joined me to the group. And every day, I would come back. And that's how I learned how to swim. Now, why did I tell you that story? Because there's a lot I can pull out of that story in terms of things we can learn from. First of all, there was an obstacle. My parents, no water, you cannot swim. When I got to the club, I couldn't get in. I didn't see that, but I was focused on the fact that I wanted to swim, right? Focus. I think the commissioner mentioned it. And then, because I was focused on the goal, a giant spotted it, saw the focus, and carried me. That was my first giant. So you're focused. So I didn't see obstacle. Now, I also broke a rule. Think about it. I learned how to swim before my parents found out. So why am I saying that? There are women here that say, it's only men that can do it. I can't do it, I don't have a master's. Oh, I don't have 2-1. I didn't see that. All I saw was what I wanted to do. And my passion and persistence attracted what? A giant. And a giant helped me. As I thought about that story, because it means a lot to me, I thought about the other thing that could have happened. And what could that have been? I could have been there and be bitter. I'll think of it. I'll think of my parents and be angry. That why didn't they pay for me? Or I could see those girls and be jealous. And be angry and be envious of them. Because they are doing something I want to do and I can't do it. And if that happened, I'd have gone away. I'd have been bitter. Remember that video about happiness? And I would have missed swimming. So today, in my house, I'm the only one that can swim. Yes, clap for me now. See everybody that can swim. Now, this swimming lesson is so important to me because there's so much I can pick out from that story of this swimming. I showed up, I said that, was focused. I wasn't distracted by the bitterness that this could have brought from me. And I met a giant who lifted me on the soul. Now, what was my focus then? What was driving me? What was success for me at that point in time? It was the fact that I wanted to swim. Now, when I tell people that I can swim, or when I met my husband, I said I could swim, people say, people don't know this backstory I just told you. A lot of times, when you see people that are doing well, that are successful, you don't know their backstory. You don't know their journey. You see the finished product, and you envy, for example, the finished product. Or you feel discouraged by the finished product. So that brings me to character, and I think I mentioned character, and mindset. Do you have a learning spirit? Are you humble? What are you doing with the opportunities that have been given to you? So if you have something today, or they've asked you to do something today, are you doing it diligently? Knowing that that thing can help you, you know what, achieve an opportunity that can come your way. Now, what happened after that? Fast track to, I worked in the airline for 10 years, and there's so many stories I can talk about there, but because of time, I won't. I would say I got an opportunity in the airline, and getting that opportunity working in the airline, I did a job that I was so diligent at when managing a particular travel agency, and I made an impact or made a difference in the mind of that particular agent, that when an opportunity came 5 years after, where the energy space where I work today needed someone that had the aviation experience, that lady remembered me and made a referral for me. And that's how I got into the energy space. Now, the reason why I'm talking about that is attitude is key. Now, I was the youngest person managing her, and all she kept on saying was that every time I'm with her, I'm interested in not just her business growing, but I ask about her herself, right? So are we going beyond the things that they've given to us Remember what I think Sandra said? She said it in a discussion that are you going to go out of your way to help somebody's social media, for example? Because you're doing something that will help them, remember? So I got into the energy space because of someone. That was another giant I stood on at that time. Now, all these things I'm saying, it seems like it's all rosy, right? It's all beautiful. No, it's not been all rosy and beautiful. And I'd just like to speak about a time in my life where I experienced multiple failures. Multiple failures. So I had a task, right, where I was meant to be involved in a transformation business. And when I got into the energy space, one of the first jobs I did, the first 3 years, it was great, amazing. They were raving about me, fantastic. And because of that thing they were raving about, they asked me to go and do another bigger assignment, which was a turnaround. So I went into that assignment thinking that, oh, I'm a superstar, I can do this, right? And boom, it hits me in the face. We couldn't do it. And different things came up, all the strategies, all the initiatives we tried to work on, everything, something will come up, a policy will come up that would change it. Something always came up and we just never achieved. And I was really, really down. Now, while I was down in that period, while I was low in that period, there were giants that were holding me. And these giants were not my bosses, though. The giants that were holding me during this failure period were my team members at the time. And the times when I couldn't think, when I couldn't lift myself up, when I was discouraged, it was these people that vested in me, that pulled me up and helped me through that failure period. And today, I'm thankful to them because when I look back at that failure period, the best thing that could have happened to me when I'm thanking God is that failure period. Why do I thank God? When you go through a failure period, or there will be people here who are going through really hard times, God is preparing you for a bigger purpose. And you need to be resilient and strong. You need to be resilient and strong. Because if you're not resilient, then you can't do more. And so the failure experience I had at that time helped me become resilient. Little did I know that I was going to come into the power space. And of course, all of you know what the power space is. But am I going to do it with a team? Absolutely. Are we going to transform? Yes. What are the things that has helped me? What are the lessons I've learned in that journey that's going to help me in this transformation space? It is that same resilience and strength of character that I've learned over the years. The learning spirit, the importance of people, I say it again, people, relationships. Do you value people? Do you appreciate people? Do you recognize the strength that they have? I told you guys about nerves. And as I sat there, so many of my different tribes have been sending me messages. You got this, girl. You can do it, girl. Positive things being sent to me. Why are they sending that to me? Are you a positive influence to others? Do you uphold people? Do they see you as someone that they can bend over backwards for? Would a giant be willing to bend and put you on their shoulders so you can shine? Food for thought for us. So I'm sure some people are listening to me, and I've listened to the commissioner and to Sandra. You're thinking, I don't have it all together. I don't understand what these people are saying. It's okay. It's very okay for you not to have it together. I think the important thing for any one of us here today is to reflect and think about, where am I? Who am I? Will a giant want to lift me up and put me on their shoulder? Do I complain? Am I envious of people that I don't know their journey? Am I lazy? Am I nice? Am I genuinely nice? What is my character? Do I give up? Am I impatient? Who are you? Food for thoughts. I think all of us have heard, attitude is everything. Attitude is everything. You can have the best of skills, right? It can take you far. And please don't misquote me. It's important for us to have the right skills and knowledge. But remember what I told you. Grace on divine favor qualifies the unqualified. Your attitude makes a difference. Your attitude makes a difference. So what is your attitude today? What is your attitude today? And as I close, I just want us to pay attention to those weaknesses. Pay attention to the things that you think can distract you. I really like that video about happiness. And I'll share something that I do practically to make myself happy, regardless of the situation. It's gratitude. I'm a very thankful person. And I give a tip on what you can do to help build your gratitude mindset. Get a journal. Everybody, get a journal. And decide that every day before you sleep, write 10 things that you're grateful for. You'll be amazed. 10 things. Do it every day. And when you do that every day, what happens is that it lifts your mind. You're happy. You won't be distracted by negative things. You'll see possibilities because you have a heart of gratitude. You're thankful. All the times I've gone through our practice, people say, are you not stressed? I'm not stressed. Not that I'm not stressed, but the act of gratitude lifts my mind. So if you have a heart of gratitude, it will also what? Lift your mind. I didn't want this to be a downer for us to be, all quiet. So let's try and ramp it up a bit. But no, you guys didn't give me thumbs up now. Give me thumbs up. That's a sign that what's happening. Am I nervous? Am I carrying people along? No, I'm not nervous. So what do I want to leave us for? Leave with us today. Let's be more. Let's do more. Let's be sure that we can do more. Because honestly, we can and we will do more. We will not see the obstacles. We will not see the limitations. We will show up afraid like I've shown up afraid. Do I look afraid? I'm actually afraid, though, seriously. So, we all can do more. We all can do more. We all will do more. We will assess ourselves. We will look at our character and hope that we can attract giants that will lift up on their shoulders so that we can shine. Thank you very much.